Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Friday, the 26th of May, comes to you from London. And we've got a bit of a sore throat this morning, but we start by looking at the dollar index. Dollar just starting to recover slightly. It's in the short-term chart. Of course, the medium-term chart is still fairly bearish. And then the long-term chart not yet bearish. So we're just starting to see a little bit of a recovery there, and that means the euro is coming off the top, and we're seeing that there down to just coming below the 112 level. So we did break that 112 level, which was quite impressive. Looking at the yen, dollar just weakening slightly here. So that's quite interesting. And then sterling really falling away today, having come back down through the cloud. So this run in sterling just coming to an end now, and the long-term trend, of course, is still down. We've got a downside target of 127.62, so that's about 1% downside. Looking at sterling against the euro, we're seeing the weakness playing through there as well. And if we look at the Swiss franc, we see sterling is also falling quite heavily here too. We had these targets in train, and they're actually now almost met. So seeing quite a sell-off there. Swiss franc strengthening, sterling weakening, so that's quite key. And against the Australian dollar as well. So sterling just is weakening now. The big news last night was the S&P 500 really did break quite convincingly the 2400 level. That's a breakout. It's actually activated this upside target here. So we see here that we've got a new upside target that's activated on last night's close to over 3,000, 3,133. That's a 30% upside potential. So really highly significant. The S&P has got that sort of upside now. The Nasdaq hasn't got that same target, but interestingly, the Nasdaq breaking to new highs, looking very strong as well, as is the Dow. And the Russell 2000 is just coming through the cloud now, so all the US indices looking pretty strong. The S&P future just down slightly this morning, the Nasdaq E-mini up slightly, so just no real clear signs on the opening. FTSE was up very slightly yesterday. With the US close, we wouldn't be surprised to see this high of last week being broken. So FTSE looking pretty strong too. And if we look at the FTSE 250, that's pausing for breath at the moment, the last few days. But again, stellar chart this year. It really has gone great guns. The DAX is in the doldrums a little bit, just not going up as much. The Nikkei on the stronger yen is just coming off and falling below the cloud here in the short term. The Hang Seng is still looking bullish, and the Shanghai index, the Chinese local market, actually just coming up back through the cloud, so that's recovering. And the Indian market really jumping here, looking pretty strong all round. If we look at the Australian market, just in the doldrums short term. And then the other big story last night was crude oil's fall on the OPEC announcement. So we're seeing here how the oil price has just really fallen away. It was about 5% downside yesterday, and we're seeing here how that's just really put us into a bearish mode on the cloud. So markets suggesting that we're coming back to test this low that we saw at the start of last year of around $30. Looks like we're now heading back to test that level. Remember, crude has a very tough time normally in the second half of the year. We're heading into that seasonally difficult time, and we're seeing here the setup for the high, the low, the lower high. Look out now for the lower low. The last low was in about $47. That looks like where we're going to head. And WTI, much the same thing. We've got a downside target here of 47.95. That's another 1.5% downside, and medium-term targets of $37. So we really do expect to see quite big falls in crude. US nat gas back below the 320 level, so that's just looking bearish in the short term as well. Taking a look straight at gold, gold just recovering slightly, back above the cloud here, bullish territory on all three charts. So gold is actually looking better, although we've got quite strong resistance here to fight. It does look like we are going to give it a go, and if we turn those trends bullish, then gold has got some very big upside targets. Silver, of course, similar picture. The medium-term chart in silver is bearish, but we are recovering here on the short-term chart. US Treasury yields fell yesterday. and we're just at 2.25%. We're just in bearish territory there on the yields. Apple still looking bullish. Google still looking bullish. It's a bit like a broken record talking about these tech stocks. Amazon still looking bullish. Facebook back above the cloud and had a good run yesterday, and now looking very bullish with lots of upside targets. And Microsoft also looking bullish on all three time frames. That's it for today. Have a great weekend. See you Monday. Happy charting. Bye for now.